Hello there. You're probably noticing my mustache. It's pretty sweet, isn't it? Side view? Other side view? I grew this mustache for Mustache March. What is Mustache March, you might be wondering? Mustache March is simply a group of men and women who are able to participate growing a mustache for the month of March. Why? Some may ask. I can't believe you're asking that question, but we're simply changing the world one hair at a time. We're reviving the popularity of the mustache that has suffered some disrepute in recent years. Yes, it's true, the goatee has made its comeback, sideburns, mutton chops, Fu Manchu, but the pure mustache has yet to see the revival of popularity. Mustache March is bringing back the popularity of the mustache, one hair at a time.
Hi everybody. In honor of Mustache March, I grew my mustache in about 22 days. It was an experience unlike any other. The banding of brothers, the bonding, the overcoming the talks of porn actors. It was an experience like no other. Like I said, calling my brothers when I'm down. I could always call on my stash brothers for life, for anything. The toughest thing is going to be cutting it off, for my wife, and I'm looking forward to next year's Mustache March.
So, the experience of my mustache. Well, I started off with a beard. I enjoyed that, but then I felt like I needed something more, or actually something less. So, at first I shaved and had the friendly chops, which was where the mutton chops actually connect to the mustache. It was quite pleasing. I felt like I was in the Victorian era, or Chester A. Arthur. I got some looks from that. My roommate didn't like it. My girlfriend didn't like it. But I loved it. And that's what really mattered. It made me feel confident. And then I shaved the mutton chops. Just went with the regular mustache. Now, my supervisor at work, he enjoys it, but his wife does not. She thinks I look like a pedophile, and she actually calls it the pedophile stash. I don't think so, but, I mean, look at it. It's nice. Having it, I enjoy it thoroughly. I like to wear aviator shades, so I feel like a cop. The looks, though, I get some nice looks. Some people questioning my masculinity, but overall, I thoroughly enjoy the mustache.
Okay, the guys at churches decided March would be Mustache Month, so I had to do my part. I had a beard, and I had it shaved off, and for the first time in like 30 years, and this is how I look without the beard. And I look different to me. That's all.
Well, it all began the day I got married, because I never had a mustache when I was a kid. And I noticed everybody in her family, even her brothers, had mustaches all the time. So I thought, well, this family likes mustaches. I don't know how my mom and dad always felt about it, but I thought, well, she brought it up to me one day and she says, why don't you grow a mustache? So I did, and I've had it ever since. And then, since I got such gray hair, I was even asked one time to play Santa Claus up at a grade school up in Bright. And I grew the beard. I mean, I had the mustache, the beard that hang way down here. And I looked, they said I looked exactly like Santa Claus because of the belly and everything. Well, I did that for about 2 or 3 years. And then I even played Santa Claus one time up at Northgate. And that's what did me in. Lifting all the kids and putting up with all the, you know what, from the kids and everything. And I said, hey, this is enough of the beard. It's got to come off because it is itching real bad. So that came off, but the mustache that stayed, but I am now thinking about taking it off altogether. The end.
There's been a little controversy during Mustache March about what exactly qualifies as a mustache. There are different schools of thought, different philosophies, and for some folks the mutton chops coming down from the sideburns connected to the lip brow was qualified. But in our eyes, if it's connected to your sideburns, it's not a real mustache. So for those who grew a beard all month and shaved the mustache in the final days, we would just beckon you to keep that mustache for 1 month, to really experience a month of the mustache. Thank you. Can you, we lived Mustache March, but you live Mustache March 24/7, 365. Tell us what's that like?
Well, I just think that it's about time these guys got to be a little manly. And it really did my heart good to see that they finally got to be manly men. I've been a manly man for a long time now, since I was out of high school. Well, my mustache is everything. Without my mustache, I'm nothing at all. And it makes me who I am.
Mustache March. What a joy this has been. Just the divine power that the mustache has brought for me. I feel closer to God. It's taken my spiritual life to a whole new level. Just the men in general, getting close with those guys. It was some kind of like paranormal connectedness with all the other guys. And my wife, our relationship is very strong now since I've grown the mustache. She doesn't seem to think so, but I really feel the connected relationship that we have now, and that's why I did Mustache March.
I've been asked to explain a little bit about my mustache, and many of you know that for years I had a mustache, and I shaved it off. And as this month of March mustaches went on, I kind of felt bad because I was not experiencing the bonding with my brothers in Christ that they obviously were experiencing, having mustaches in March. So I started praying that I could grow a mustache, and this actually happened overnight. And frankly, it's a testament to being careful of what you ask for, because I did not ask for the eyebrows, and they came with it. So I think this is answered prayer, but the verdict could be out on that.
So I would like to talk a little bit about my experience with Mustache March. Personally, it started as a little bit of a joke. I thought it'd be kind of funny, but I have to admit that after growing this thing for 28 days, I find I really like it. I chose to do a slightly wider mustache to extend slightly beyond the edges of my lips, and to include a soul patch, aka Flava Saba, below it. I'm pretty excited about it, I must say. I'd like to give a word to my comrades, to my brothers, to the faithful fraternal order of mustache growers. I get a little choked up. First, I'd like to say a word of regret for those who started but were not able to finish. And I'd simply say there is always a next year. For those who did grow a pure mustache, I just say thank you. This has been the month of my life. We've overcome opposition and some persecution. Threats have been made, even verbal attacks. Some have said, and I will let the individual remain nameless, that he looks like he walked out of a 70s porn movie. Some have said, and I'll let that person remain nameless, that they look like a gay cop. We've had to overcome a lot. We've had to overcome threats of abstinence April from our wives. But in the end, the mustache prevailed. Famous people throughout history have grown mustaches. And we wonder, why is the world not a better place? Perhaps the lack of mustaches is the answer. We need to harness the power of the mustache to make the world a better place.